Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. It feels like it's been ages since I've sat down and filmed a video, but it's actually been about 2 months, give or take, I think. Obviously the kids have been off school for the summer holidays, and then my oldest didn't go back straight away due to medical reasons. But now she's back at school. I finally found time to sit down. So today I'm going to record my October TBR. So let's get into it. I can't tell if we're slightly wonky or not, but if we are, we're just going to roll with it. Looks like it's just gone dark as well because I think it's about to rain. So if the lighting's crap, just bear with me. First of all, we have the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. Obviously this went viral last year. Everyone read it last September, October kind of time. I brought it last year, but I never got around to reading it, so I've put it back on my TBR for this year. There's quite a lot of like mixed reviews about this book. There's a lot of people that love it, and there's a lot of people that just think meh. I don't actually know what it's about. When Jeannie's aunt gives her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbour, what a name, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbour's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. Will Jeannie's happy-go-lucky attitude win over the grumpy but gorgeous Logan, or has the city girl found one person in town who won't fall for her charm or her pumpkin spice lattes? So kind of like a soppy romance, I'm guessing. I think this is like Gilmore Girl vibes. I think it kind of gets compared to that. I know I've seen a lot of people asking for recs based on Gilmore Girls or like similar, and quite a few people recommend this. I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan. I absolutely love that series. I watch it every like autumn kind of time. I'm due to watch it again soon. But yeah, I absolutely love the cover on this. Next up we have Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I absolutely love this cover. This follows Callum and Lark. Callum is set to take over his family undertaking business, but he's only allowed to do it under one condition, and that is that he marries by the age of 35. And Lark, she's lost her husband and she moves house, and I think she moves next door to the undertaking home, whatever. She moves in next door, and she is set to try and help Callum find the one. So obviously, as she's trying to matchmake, they're obviously going to fall in love with each other. But yeah, I'm quite excited for this one. I'm quite looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's good. Is it dual? Oh yeah, it's dual point of view as well, which I love. So yeah, this one. Next up we have Notes on an Execution by Dania Kukafka. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know. I think this is meant to be like a little bit dark, so I wanted something a bit dark because it's obviously going to be Halloween. I've never actually read a horror book. I don't think this is full horror, but because I don't own any horror books, I thought I'd go for something like this. Again, love this cover. This follows a man called Ansel who is set to die within a certain amount of hours. He doesn't want to die, and he feels like his life should be celebrated. But I'm pretty sure he's got like a dark past where he did something to some girls, and then from what I can gather, the same kind of fate gets inflicted on him as what he did with the other people. That's pretty much all I know on it. So I don't know if you can see, but the writing is absolutely tiny in this. So I wanted something on the darker side, but obviously I don't have any horror, so I went for this. Next up we have Pine by Francine Toon. This I've never seen anywhere. I randomly stumbled upon it on Amazon, I think it was. Probably not last year, the year before. So it sounded interesting, so I brought it. Again, love the cover. This is like a modern gothic / thriller. This follows a girl called Lauren, and she lives alone with her father Niall. They live in the Highlands, and they live in a small village that's surrounded by like forest. And one night there's a woman that stumbles upon the road, and Niall, her dad, drives this woman back to their house. And then when Lauren wakes up in the morning, the woman's disappeared. There's no sign of her. And I think further on there's another teenage girl that goes missing, and it appears like her neighbours and stuff know more to the story than they're letting on. So she's got to try and figure out who she can trust, stuff like that. Like I said, I've never seen anything about it. I'm hoping it's good, but it's been on my TBR for a really long time. So again, it's a little bit dark. It's thriller / modern gothic. So yes, I'm going to try and get to this one soon. Next up we have Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. Again, another thriller. This is meant to be really, really good. I've seen lots of good things about this, so I'm hoping, I've got high hopes for it. This follows a woman who sees her son murder someone. She's up late waiting for him to get home, and she actually witnesses the murder. She sees him do it. And then he gets arrested, but then when she wakes up, it's the day before, so the day of the murder. So she's going back to try and like change the day to try and prevent the murder from happening. She doesn't know why he murdered him. She doesn't know who the other person is. She doesn't know anything. She just watches her son murder someone. So she goes back when she wakes up the next day, and it's the day before. She tries to change what happened. I'm quite looking forward to this. I love a good thriller, but they're so hard to get right. I like them where the suspense keeps me going until the very end. Like if I figure out what happens a third or half the way through or whatever, then I become disinterested. I will finish the book if that happens, but not a big fan of that. Next up we have what I am looking forward to the most. We have the Hush Hush series by Becca Fitzpatrick. If you were a reader, God, about 15 years ago, does it say when these were originally released? These are what I read when I was like a teenager. This paperback edition published 2010, but I think it actually came out in 2009. Because I used to have this on hardback, so yeah, I had it when it came out straight away pretty much. So I was like in my teens when I read this. If you know, you know. Patch is the original book boyfriend, and I'd kind of forgotten about these books, and then like I randomly thought about them, and then I was gifted the first 3 between like January and just before the summer. So I brought the last one about a week or 2 ago to reread this month. This is my must read. As long as I read these 4 in October, I will be happy. I don't know if I've ever finished the series, but number 1 is Hush Hush. Number 2 is Crescendo. Number 3 is Silence. And then number 4 is Finale. I kind of hate that 2 and 3 are shiny covers and 1 and 4 are not. But beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. So yeah, this I am really, really looking forward to. There's also another series that I read. I can't remember if I read it before or after this, but it's the Shiver series. The first one's called Shiver, the second one's called Linger, and I can't remember what the last 2 are called. But that's like werewolves. These are about a fallen angel, Patch and Nora. So yeah, I might get around to reading, I'm hoping to get around to reading the Shiver series this month as well, but I didn't add it to my TBR because I've got quite enough books to get me through. But this is the series that I am definitely reading in October before anything else will be this. And I'm hoping, because I loved them so much the first time I read them, that I'm just going to fly through them. I'm a little bit hesitant because, you know, when you're younger and you read something and you absolutely love it, and then like you go back to it and you reread it when you're a little bit older and it doesn't hit the same. So I'm a little bit like anxious about that, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, and I hope that I'll just, even if I just love it because of how much I loved it before, I'm hoping that happens this time around. So reread time. And lastly we have The Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think I put this on my TBR. No, actually it was definitely in one of my book haul videos, but I don't know if I've put it on my TBR yet. Either way, if I did, I haven't got around to it obviously. This is about a witch. I don't know whether it falls under horror, gothic or fantasy. I'm not sure what genre it actually falls into. It says, a moth to flame, a witch to burn. On the inside it says, the only thing more treacherous than being a witch is falling in love. On the night, Rune's life changed forever, blood ran in the streets. Now, in the aftermath of a devastating revolution, witches have been diminished from powerful rulers to outcasts, ruthlessly hunted due to their waning magic, and Rune must hide what she is. Spending her days pretending to be nothing more than a vapid young socialite, Rune spends her nights as the Crimson Moth, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purged. When a rescue goes wrong, Rune decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp. Except Gideon is a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter loyal to the revolution, and falling for him would be deadly. It sounds very, very good. So open it up, there's Gideon and there's Rune. And there's a little map. I'm really looking forward to this. Is this your point of view or is it just Rune? Yes, it's your point of view. I am really looking forward to reading this one. That for now is it. I am also planning to do a reread of Haunting and Hunting Adeline if I get a chance. I read them last year, beginning of 2023. They were the first two books that I read of the year, and I kept saying to my best friend, you need to read them, you need to read them. And we went to Disneyland Paris in March of that year, last year, and she read them on the way home. I think she started them. She read them, she loved them, so we both absolutely loved them. As of today, when I'm filming this, I go to Disneyland Paris with her again in 11 days. So I'm debating reading it this time on my Kindle when I go to Disney as well. Obviously something I've been planning to reread the whole of this year, but I just haven't got around to it yet. They're not even downloaded on my Kindle yet, but I just thought, because she read them then, I'm going to read them then. She also wants to do a reread whenever she's... I might suggest that we buddy read it together at that point. But I don't know. I would only do that if I'm not already reading the book when I go to Disney. We're going for Halloween, which I can't wait. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing if I'm not reading anything else, if I have time, if I get around to it. I would also like to try and reread Twilight this year. Controversial this year. I would also like to try and reread Twilight this month, but I don't think I'm going to have time. I'm yet to read Midnight Sun. I haven't got around to that yet. I've had it since it came out, but I haven't read it. Twilight, controversial, I know, but I love them books. I love the films, I love the books still, even now. So yeah, I want to reread them at some point this autumn. So if I don't get to it in October, it will be November for them. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you've watched it all the way through, thank you. If you would like to subscribe or like the video, follow, comment, I'd be really grateful. I would like some more autumn book recs, so if you're watching this and you have any, please comment them below so I can extend my autumn TBR pile. I would much appreciate it. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye bye.